Hello and welcome back to Old Man Builds the Titanic. And my word, we've been building a lot of Titanic recently. We have now actually got the first nearly 100 foot of the ship is externally complete out of 900 feet. But, yeah, I'll tell you what I mean, even though it's raining, is we have been building the forecastle deck, forecastle, however you want to say it. We've got this bit though behind the breakwater, which still needs doing. And I'm going to press on immediately with it, because I took the time in of this episode to get all the stuff I actually need. And I really only got that much grey carpet though. No, thought not. 29, is that? Thought I had more grey carpet. Oh well. I thought I'd brought grey dye with me as well. Have I not brought grey dye with me? I was supposed to bring grey dye with me. Oh god, I'm an idiot. Right. Let's just fly. Getting dark anyway. Let's fly. Fly and sleep. I'm supposed to bring grey dye. Why did I not bring grey dye? Could have sworn I was supposed to bring. I brought grey dye with me. Sleep. Get to sleep, get to sleep, get to sleep. Mob drops. Bone meal. So we get 9 bone, 9 dye, we make 12 grey. Okay, white dye. Well, you can put dyes in here. We'll take the rest of this grey dye with us. And while I'm here, top up on grey sheep. Now that's surely got to be enough. Surely has to be enough. 41. Right. Put them away. Let's fly back to the worksite and hope we don't get killed. Because I'm very good at flying into things. So, we want to build. We want to build our bicycle. So, this is what we have. We have this here, and we have that there. Now, on there, we'll need to place the shulker boxes, but I will do them a short while later. Because it will save me having to swap out what I'm currently carrying. Now, this is where I don't really know. This is one bit I'm going to leave undone. The mast. The mast should go here, and I would really love to build the mast realistically to actually have the actual ladder that goes up to the crow's nest in it. I would love to do that, but I don't know how to do that without making it massively oversized. This end, don't they? So if anyone's got any suggestions, I know I can use trapdoors. I am aware of that. Oh, like what have I got? What have I done wrong here? Oh dear. What am I doing here? Right, so there and there, and then this has the carpet over the end. Yes. Yes. That's what we're supposed to have. Right, so the mast is supposed to go there. Now we need white. We need white, we need white, we need white. Ooh, that could be interesting. I could make this, actually. Yeah, I was wondering how I was going to build this, because I didn't want to just use boring, smooth quartz. Because I'll show you what I'm talking about in a moment. Gain coverings for steam pipes. Here is a covered hose reel, covered in canvas. And I didn't want to just build this out of smooth quartz, because it wouldn't have had any texture to it. So like that, actually, you could believe that that's some kind of fabric covering for something instead. So that's nice, that's handy. Here, though, we have a vent, which we'll build more traditionally, although for some reason it was downward facing. Get my mangrove back out. So I'll have that like that. That just leaves over here, then, the skylight. Now, this again, it would be nice to be able to build it out of the materials, but I don't know what other options there would be. Do I have any iron trapdoors left? I do. I will need another one. I wonder what pale oak trapdoor would look like. Do you know what? That's too tall. It was only at floor level. That's a cunning idea. Oh, do you know what? They're not clear, are they? They're not see-through. I was going to put them on top. No, I will have to use iron for that. I believe I have just enough iron to make one final iron trapdoor. There we go, skylight there. Not that it's skylighting down to anywhere at the moment. In fact, should I? Yeah, let's be bold, shall we? Let's do this. Let's make a skylight. That's down into the heart of the ship now. Except it's just into the gallery. Get the galley below that we actually need it to be. Need to do something similar here, don't I, at some point? Need to cut out that hatchway. But not for now. So I just need to put on the 6 shulkery boxes then. Tidy away all my building materials. No, carpet and stuff goes in here. And do you know what? Trapdoors can go in there as well. More wool. So, I need grey dye. I need 6. And I need 6 empty shulker boxes. I mean, they're very expensive, but they're the only kind of really detailed thing that looks mechanical in the whole game. Why would it not pick block there? So yes, that is about as much as I can do until I've worked out the mast problem. And that is it. That is the whole forecastle done. I mean, I'm waiting for these to weather. I want them to get to the second stage, so oxidize isn't quite enough, but weathered is, but I don't want them to be completely green. Wow, I'm really chuffed with this. This is starting to look like, it is looking like the ship I know. Right. Let us decamp then down to the well deck. And we'll be needing these shulker boxes as well. So, pick an area that's out of everyone's way. That'll be here then. I really ought to have that back on, haven't I? Just in case of emergencies. Oh look, it's getting dark as well. Tell you what, why don't you just permanently leave your bed there? You're never going to be far from it. Well, one of the first things we need to do is rebuild that wall. Except this time in the correct shade of red. There isn't actually a doorway here on the real ship, but that's going to be my access way up to this front end until such time as I have actually built the proper thoroughfares through the ship. Now I really ought to sleep. Do not want creepers to spawn in and blow holes. Now, I have a controversial idea. For disguising these colours which shouldn't be here. This should all be red terracotta. I'm thinking of using mangrove trapdoors in much the way I have done here as railings, just to try and make it all look a little bit redder. I might get round to that later this episode. At the moment, it's the main bits I want to build. So we want to come out to 7. One, 2, 3. And then there's 1, 2, and then actually it's a doorway there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes, I bet. Whenever I laid this birch out, I've done it wrong, haven't I? Let's focus on the terracotta for now. We'll put the doorways in later. Terracotta is not one of the expensive materials. We have massive mesa biome very close by, so I'm not going to stress if I drop a few terracotta down into the abyss. Quartz is the main thing. The main thing that is very costly at this stage. Of course, I am going to mind if I get the terracotta in the wrong place. That's a different thing. I believe that's correct then. And then here we have the other staircase. That's all the terracotta done then, isn't it? So let's get that staircase put in. And then think about also I tell you what, let's just make all of those into trapdoors because I will use them. And then think about also making the dark oak doors I shall need. So here oh, you can't build like that, can you? Oh, and I've just double blocked one somewhere. Never mind, I'll dig it out from underneath at some point. No, okay, wrong. Like that then? Yep, should have just kept it simple. And then here we have a door. You know what? I haven't checked which way it hinges. It'll hinge that way anyway now. Now I know there's windows going in this bulkhead as well. That's interesting. That's because I put it in the wrong place. I'm about to say it's hinged the same way as the one on the other side, but it's because I put it in the wrong place. So staircase. Put those railings in. Nice little I mean, I know they're not perfect railings. I'm not pretending that they're perfect railings or anything. I just think, as a way of putting any kind of railing in, it's better than nothing. And the stringers were the same terracotta colour as this, so, you know, I think it's quite effective. It's my ship, not yours. No, 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 no. Right. So, I would like some smooth quartz, please. So, gap of one, then double doors, yeah. I'm not going to have enough birch to do this. But the only way to fill in these gaps is with birch. So I'll have to go back for birch some other time. But you know, it's from here you can't even tell that's wrong, can you? I think then another thing to try and get rid of then will be these final 8 anvils. Or again, more bits. This is where lead lines would be tied through. And I believe they're in basically the same position here as well, yes. So that's a hell of a lot of iron gone. Just in that. Gonna have to go on an iron hunt at some point. Don't need terracotta, they can all merge. What next? Actually, I do need terracotta because I think the next thing I need to build is the actual cargo hatches, which will require an awful lot of terracotta, in fact. So, 2 in from the doors. Sorry, from the gap. And then it comes as far forward as, so far after rather, as 5132. We then have a gap of 1 where there's a vent, and this comes as far after as 5122. Now, I've never really known how to try and portray this before. Could try it with these. I also need some more of that deep slate. Don't need doors anymore. So, deep slate tiled wall. Yes, I've seen these on the deck plans, and I have no idea what they actually are. But I know this is a kind of vent that's slightly wider at the top than it is at the bottom. Do you know what? I'm going to end up covering the whole thing, so I can do this and just take away the quartz. Save myself a piece of quartz there. You know what? I'm falling in love with pale oak. It's a very good building material. It's going to see me well, I think. So next we need the cargo hatch, cargo holes, the cargo hatch covers. Have I already got any smooth? Again, no idea how many I'll use. Let's just make them all though, because I'm bound to use them all eventually. I'd be a bit stupid to not try and recover some of this birch now, because I'm not going to need it. Oh, that's why you don't do that. I've fallen in the water. Oh no. Right, there's me. I'm not going to do see a squid, kill a squid at the moment, because I really want to get this building done. So have I actually now got enough birch to finish this? I have at least. I'll recover the rest of that birch some other time. From underneath, safely. Yes, because that's actually made this more dangerous now, hasn't it? Doing this bit. Makes you wonder if this needed to be done with. Just, oh, do you know, that's a lot of smooth. That's a lot of smooth. That's a lot of smooth quartz I've wasted though. Right, I tell you what, leave this lot here. Trial on the other side. Doing it with pale slabs instead. I'm literally thinking as I'm going here. Thinking being a very strong word for what I'm actually doing, which is I haven't got a clue what I'm doing and I'm just making it up as I go along. Because these were canvas covers, they would not look smooth like that. And anything that puts a bit of texture in there, it's going to be a bonus, I reckon. Now, I'm beginning to think that's a bit too much texture. So, which brings me to my next idea. Which is, I wonder about making them alternate. Don't want to fall in that hole. Now, is that too jarring though? I don't know. Let's fill in this one just entirely with quartz. Don't know, that looks too smooth. I don't know, I tell you what, part of me's wondering. Right, this will be the easier one to change then. Part of me's wondering then if instead we have the entire outer edge is quartz. And I will go down for this quartz. But to just add a bit of texture to the flat quartz, we do this. Yeah, I think that's my preferred option. What I ought to look up on the deck plans really is whether the hatchway covers were longitudinal or transversely supported to know which way the stripes should go. Okay, well, I'll check that out when I'm finished. I think then at 29 minutes, the last thing I'll do is I will set out the bases for the cargo cranes, which will be something I can have a stab at building tomorrow. So they are here. 1, 2, 3, 4. There, next 1, 2. Out 1, 2. Out 1, 2. Out 1, 2, and then 1. And then come up 2. No point in building the last one, so I need something to be able to jump up on. Do the same on the opposite side. 2 and 1 and 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, Right then, I think that's then a good point to leave this off. Let's go up here, have a look at what we have built. You know, I definitely like the look of this cargo hatch. I don't like the look of that one. But I'm not sure which is the more accurate. And in the end, I think it's more accuracy I'd go for. Anyway, I think that's a good bit of build progress. Yeah. So if you didn't like this episode, don't forget to dislike and unsubscribe. Everyone else, I will see you tomorrow. Wow. Wow.